The moment the words left my mouth, I knew. I had crossed a line I could never uncross. It was supposed to be a harmless joke, something light, stupid even. But the second I saw the way my husband looked at me, silent, unmoving, his eyes dark in a way I had never seen before, I felt something inside me crack. And that was before he knew the truth. Before the joke became the confession I never intended to make. 1. The joke that wasn't a joke. We were at our friend Aisha's small dinner gathering. Warm lighting, low music, wine glasses clinking. Everything felt too perfect for the embarrassment I was about to cause myself. Someone mentioned Aisha's cousin, Ryan. Tall, charming, always the center of the room. The kind of man people naturally gravitated toward. Aisha laughed, teasing me. He's too smooth, isn't he? Even married women blush around him. I don't know what possessed me. Maybe the wine. Maybe the tension I had been carrying. Maybe guilt leaking out in the only way guilt knows how. Carelessly. I smiled and said, "Trust me, if I wasn't married, I'd have let him take me out already." The room chuckled. But my husband Aram didn't. He didn't laugh. He didn't smile. He just stared at me as if every syllable I spoke was dragging a knife down his spine. That stare. That cold, silent stare. I still feel it in my chest. "Excuse me," he said finally, voice tight. "I need some air." He left. Just walked out. Everyone froze. Aisha muttered. Maybe it was too much. Maybe. Well, it was too close to the truth. Because what they didn't know, what he didn't know yet, was that I had already crossed a line with Ryan weeks ago. Message. A late-night conversation. One moment of emotional weakness that spiraled into something I had been trying, desperately, to bury. And now my stupid joke had unearthed everything. To the drive home. Silence that screamed. The car ride home was suffocating. Aram drove with both hands gripping the steering wheel, knuckles pale. He didn't speak, didn't look at me. Just stared straight ahead as if the road held the answers to questions he never wanted to ask. I tried to lighten the mood. "Aram. It was just a joke. Nothing. Please say something." He exhaled, slow and controlled, the way people do when they're seconds away from breaking, but refuse to fall apart in front of you. "Why him?" His voice was low, dangerously calm. "What? Why would you joke about him? Of all people?" My pulse raced. Had he noticed something? Had I been more obvious than I thought? I swallowed. I just said it without thinking. He finally looked at me. And that was worse than the silence. "Exactly," he said. "You said it without thinking. Which means it came from somewhere real." I felt heat crawl up my neck. "Aram, no, don't do this. You're making it bigger. Are you attracted to him?" His question hit me like a slap. I opened my mouth, but no words came. Because lying seemed cruel. But the truth was poison. Aram shook his head slowly, looking away again. "That's what I thought." 3 cracks in the foundation. For 3 days he barely spoke to me. He still woke up beside me, still made coffee, still asked if I wanted some, but his voice had lost its warmth, its comfort. We lived in the same house, but emotionally we were continents apart. On the 4th evening, he placed his phone on the dining table. "This came to me through a friend today." My heart plummeted. Ryan's name flashed on the screen. Screenshot. Message. My message. "I wish you hadn't left so early. I needed someone to talk to tonight." My own words stared back at me, heavy and unforgiving. Aram didn't yell. Didn't accuse. Didn't demand anything. He just sat there looking more hurt than angry. "Explain," he whispered, voice raw. I tried to breathe. Felt like inhaling needles. "It wasn't what it looks like," I managed. "He was just someone I confided in. It didn't go beyond that." "Why him?" His question trembled. "Why not me?" Tears filled my eyes. "I didn't mean to. I was overwhelmed. You were busy, distant. Busy is not betrayal." His voice cracked. "Overwhelmed is not betrayal." I covered my face, shaking. Aram, I swear I didn't physically do anything. He clenched his jaw. But emotionally, the silence that followed was its own confession. For what I never meant to feel. The truth was ugly, painful, but needed. So I told him. I told him how it started. A stupid conversation after a community event, when Ryan found me crying in the parking lot due to stress. How he listened when I felt unheard. How he said things Aram hadn't said in months. Small things like, "You look tired," or "Are you taking care of yourself?" How I had felt seen. How it had scared me. How I had tried to cut it off. How guilt had been eating me alive. Aram listened without interrupting. But with every word I watched something break in him. He finally said, "So while I was trying to build a life for us, you were out there looking for someone to notice you?" It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. His eyes glistened. You needed someone. And you chose him. Not me. Those words will haunt me forever. 5. The question that ended everything. He stood up from the table. His voice was barely audible. "Do you want him?" "No," I cried instantly. "I want you. I never wanted anything else." "But you went to him." His voice shattered. "You joked about being with him. You thought about him. You texted him when you didn't text me." Tears streamed down my face. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Aram looked at me with a depth of pain I had never seen on him. "I just need to know," he whispered. "Do you love him?" My whole world stopped. "No," I whispered back. "But I did lose myself. And I'm ashamed." He looked at me for a long, long moment. Then he quietly asked, "Did you ever think about what this would do to me?" Broke then. Fully. 'Cause I had. And I had pushed the thought away every time. 6. The night he didn't come home. 2 days later, Aram left to clear his mind. He didn't say where he was going. Didn't take much with him. Just left with the same broken expression that had been haunting me since that night. That was the first time I realized what betrayal truly costs. Not anger. Not fights. Not even separation. But the silence left in its wake. The nothingness. The absence of the person who made you feel safe. I cried the entire night. On the couch. In the shower. Curled up on the kitchen floor. I didn't sleep. Every car sound made me jump. Every message notification made my heart race. And crash. But he didn't return. 7. The final confrontation. When he finally came home late the next evening, he looked exhausted. Older. Like the last 48 hours had aged him years. He sat down across from me at the dining table again. "I needed to think," he said. My hands trembled. "And," he sighed long and heavy. "I love you," he said. "But I don't trust you." Those words nearly knocked the air out of me. "Aram, please let me fix it. I'll block him. Change my number. Go to therapy. Whatever it takes." He closed his eyes, steadying himself. "I don't want you to do things out of panic. I want to know if you're doing them because you want this." "I do," I whispered. "I want us." He looked away, jaw tightening. "But I don't know if I can ever unsee the messages. Or forget the joke. Or stop wondering if you'll find someone else the next time I fail you." "You didn't fail me," I pleaded. "I failed you." He let out a broken, humorless laugh. "Yeah," he whispered. "Yeah, you did." The dramatic ending. He stood, walked to the door and picked up his keys. My heart stuttered. "Where are you going?" asked, voice shaking. He looked at me with eyes full of pain and love and something final. "I need time," he said. "And you need to figure out why you ever needed someone else in the first place. Aram, please don't leave." He paused. "For the first time," he whispered, voice breaking, "I'm not leaving because of you. I'm leaving because of me. Because I don't recognize the man I'm becoming while trying to hold on to someone who wasn't holding on to me." And then, he walked out. The door closed softly, but it felt like the loudest sound I had ever heard in my life. 9. What hurt most? Not the silence. Not the regret. not even losing him for the moment. What hurt the most was realizing he hadn't left out of anger. He left because loving me had become painful. And that was the kind of betrayal a simple apology could never fix.